Hi, welcome to DillyDally. I'm Dylan. I'm here with Stevie.
Yay.
And we're playing Kingdom Hearts 3.
Woo woo.
Do you remember the other day when you were like, hey, when I'm on the first episode of DillyDally, like, with you, I want you to say, like, and this is Stevie, and I'm just gonna, like, blast death grips into the microphone. I was surprised you didn't do it.
I was really tempted, but I don't know. I'd like to keep some sort of professionalism. Especially since we're mostly over cutscenes. Maybe
during gameplay, we'll
you
be
know
a
what
crazy.
you know what we can do during those block scenes? We can play some death over Elsa singing.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Oh, yeah.
So just
leave in the comments below which Death Grips song you want to see Elsa sing.
So basically, just to catch you up on what's going on, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Sora went through some stuff in the last game, and so lost all the powers he'd accumulated.
Mm-hmm.
And so Yensid's like, "Hey, don't you know someone who like lost his powers and got them back? Meaning Hercules." So we're gonna go visit Hercules because the Hercules world called Olympus Coliseum is like in pretty much every game except for like maybe one of them, not Kingdom Hearts 1.
I heard somebody say that like as cool as these games are and as fun as like the little Disney areas are, they're not like at all really relevant to the actual story. Is that true?
Yeah. Okay. Also, I laughed my ass off when I saw this because we'd been waiting so much, and like the third like HD collection is called Kingdom Hearts 2.8. So it's like, oh, it's 2.9. It's not even 3.
That's
like
awesome.
I was joking with a friend, like, yep, Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't come out yet. You bought 2.9.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah, like sometimes there will be a villain, in like that world that is causing the bad stuff from the movies to happen.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, it's not really like there's a channel called Just a Pancake that does Kingdom Hearts videos, and like the way they sometimes it's like, oh cool, so it's like, oh, you got to get the power of waking back. Why do that? I don't know, just go mess around in Disney Worlds for 18 hours and figure it out. And that's kind of what, like, in reality, like, that stuff worked best in 1, because in 1 you had gotten, like, you were adrift, and you were trying to find your friends who had gotten separated from you.
Right.
So it's like, oh, is Riku or Kairi in this world? Oh, no, okay, guess not. Guess I'm gonna fight Clayton. He's riding a giant iguana thing.
But first, let me take a selfie.
You joke. You can take selfies in this game.
Yes! Oh,
because
man.
Apparently that's a feature every game needs.
Well, so when did that start? Was it Wind Waker? Because you could do that in Wind Waker.
No, you could do that before Wind Waker. I don't remember, honestly. I wish I knew.
Yeah. Well, because, like, I loved playing Breath of the Wild and, like, taking selfies of, like, death coming right at me.
No fanfare?
So, normally, in the no fanfare line is, surprisingly, this game is also, like, very tongue-in-cheek about certain aspects of its story.
Right.
Normally, the Olympus Coliseum is literally 2 rooms. It is, or 3. It's this big open sand thing that leads into a Coliseum. It's a waiting room in before the Coliseum, and then it's the actual Coliseum itself. It's mostly used for like, hey, let's do this time attack thing, or do a tournament and level up and grind and stuff like that. So this is like a prime example of some of the different, like one of the major differences in 3 is like they fleshed out the geography of the worlds a lot. Like we're in the mountains, like outside of Thebes.
Right.
And so like one of the things I would say if we ever go back and play the old games that you'll notice is a lot of the levels feel like they're just a bunch of boxes like together. Like you're not going into a level, you're going into a like a box.
Gotcha.
So and then these are just basically general. These are the Heartless, which are the bad guys of the game. Most of these are like most of these except the flying dudes are like staples. Like the one I'm killing right now is called a soldier. The ones that don't look like really anything are just called shadows. The big fat ones are called fat bandits. I'm gonna try and not go through all the enemy names because I feel like that's pointless. But I also like I don't know, like knowing how comment sections on LPs can be. I also want to know like I know for the most part what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I unfortunately do not know what the names of a good bit of the new enemies in this game are.
If you are truly a fan of the series, you would have all of the posters and all of the art booklets that came with it. I bought my $300 pre-release copy back in 2010.
I almost bought a deluxe version of this, but because it came with like a steelbook art book, and I was like, or steel cover art book, and I'm like, oh yeah, like if I'm gonna shell out any, because I never buy deluxe editions.
Right.
It's like, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that in this. So
whoa.
Yeah. So this is called Flow Motion. I think it's maybe called Free Motion in this game. And one of the cool things about Dream Drop Distance, which even though it was like a 3DS game, this and like Birth by Sleep, Tetsuya Nomura stated to be like, hey, this is how 3 is kind of gonna play.
Okay.
And what he meant by that was he wanted to play with the verticality and like expand like the worlds a little bit to give you like some breathing room to run around in. So Flow Motion back in the in Dream Drop wasn't nearly as nice as it is in this game. It was it was okay. Like it was a little janky. I didn't really use it much. But this is a lot more free.
Well, I think we might be going in circles.
Why is Goofy saying that? Are they back at where they were?
No, they just look like they are.
Oh. It's Hercule.
It's Heracles. Hercules is the Roman variant.
Dude, that is one of. Have you seen the JonTron episode where he does all the Hercules games?
I love.
That's my favorite cold open to any of his things.
Dude, the Hercules game he plays that was after the Disney one. I had that on PC and played a lot of it. It's actually it made me kind of nostalgic for it. And here we have. I'm so glad James Woods comes back every time. He has some of the best dialogue.
Who could possibly be trying to give me a migraine by yodeling that yucky?
How long ago did Hercules the movie come out?
Like in the 90s.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, it's
just you.
Something
It's just us. Even for you, that's cold.
cool that Kingdom Hearts has always done is this might be because of the fact that they did with Disney on some of this stuff, is they will always go to the people that that originally played the character and be like, hey, do you want to voice this character again? If not, they're usually really good about getting a solid stand-in.
Right.
But James Woods has come back every single time. Aside, Danny DeVito has come back every single time. I think the original Hercules and Megara came back. In the first game, you went to an Alice in Wonderland themed world, and the girl playing Alice was actually the original voice actress from the Alice in Wonderland movie who had not played that character in like over 5 decades.
Whoa. That's wild.
Yeah, like whenever Genie is in here, he's played by Dan Castellaneta, who voices Homer Simpson.
Right.
When
they should have just gotten Will Smith to do
it. And I'm not gonna. There's like maybe 1 or 2 worlds I won't say what they are, but like in pre-release footage, they basically showed all the worlds you go to. So when we go to Toy Story World, Woody is unfortunately not voiced by Tom Hanks. He's voiced by Tom Hanks' brother, who voices him for Woody for like everything else that Tom Hanks doesn't want to.
That's funny. Talk about riding the coattails.
Yeah, seriously. Dude, and I gotta say, there's some really cool scenes with Woody in them.
Yeah.
There's like one that's a really good moment.
What would you say is your favorite Disney Pixar film?
Sailing right to where I left.
Um,
No biggie.
I watched a lot of Hercules and Aladdin
So, back to the whole
growing up.
cosmic crew thing.
I really liked those. I also watched a lot of Peter Pan and Fox and the Hound.
Mm-hmm.
Although I was weird as a kid and I didn't realize how sad Fox and the Hound was, so I would just like I would watch all the time.
Okay, who's the new pest?
In terms of Pixar,
That ain't no way to say hello.
for the longest time it was the Toy Story things.
Right.
Or the Toy Story movies. I don't know why I said things.
You two.
Funny,
I don't remember you
it might be Finding Nemo actually.
Oh, really?
I think Finding Nemo is the one I've watched the most,
Mhm.
and it's the only one I've watched multiple times with director's commentary. Obviously, Incredibles is great. Wally's awesome.
We are not here for
I feel like Wally is a very divisive one.
Really,
Yeah, some people love it, some people think it's really boring.
I think it's one of their best, and like the fact that it's so dialogueless,
Yeah.
is an amazing achievement.
Yeah, I will say I think that's a strong suit of it because like it keeps your attention and all you hear is the sound of like these motorized wheels. And so it's yeah. I think Wally's pretty good. It's definitely not my favorite.
I have
but,
not seen Up.
I don't really remember a lot about Up. I remember watching it a couple times when I was younger, but I couldn't tell you what it was like, what everything happened.
I've also not seen any of the Cars films. Nor do I have a big desire to watch any one but the first one.
Yeah.
I have not seen Brave.
I have not either.
I have not seen The Good Dinosaur.
Me neither.
Because I know that's like the only thing you could say is like Pixar's bad movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not outright bad, but apparently it's like very middling, and it went through a lot of different rewrites. It's the first like Pixar movie that ever like lost money or didn't break the bank.
Oh, wow.
Inside Out's great. I think that's divisive because some people don't like that movie.
Which one?
Inside Out.
That's the one with like all the little like emotions, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see that entire movie, but I actually thought it was pretty good.
I really liked it. As predictable and like kind of paint by numbers as it is, I really like Coco.
Thanks, Herc.
Oh, dude, Coco was great.
It's so weird because like every like story twist or something, it's very stereotypical.
Oh yeah.
But like still, the emotional moments in that movie hit really hard.
Yeah. Plus, it I think most newer Disney or Pixar releases, like that movie just looked really good. I felt like that. I really loved all the colors and everything. I felt like it was very true to like this Day of the Dead style and everything.
Which a movie I've kind of wanted to go back and watch is called The Book of Life, which it's similar. It's about like Day of the Dead stuff.
Right.
And it's cool because all the characters are done to where they look like marionettes.
Mm-hmm.
And also it doesn't have a villain per se. But yeah, so these are our save points and Moogle Shop. Probably not gonna mess with Moogle Shop too much. Don't pay attention to that top save.
We've never played this game before.
Even though I admitted early on that I've beaten it already. So yeah, and this is, you just like buy items. This is your shop.
Mm-hmm.
Also, for the first time ever, we don't have it right now, but something I was super happy with is the fact that so one of the flaws of the old games is so that's my Keyblade, right? This is your starting one called the Kingdom Key.
Right.
I like how this looks, but it quickly gets outclassed, and you have to use other Keyblades. Also, this is the first game where you can switch between like 3 on the fly.
Huh.
And sometimes you would have to use something that looked kind of not great, or something you liked the look of, just because it had really good stats. Like the prime example I will always point to is in Kingdom Hearts 2, the final Keyblade you got before going into the end game was one from Nightmare Before Christmas called Decisive Pumpkin. And Decisive Pumpkin, it like the blade of it looks like a candy cane, and it's like Jack Skellington's face on the hilt with like, it looks dumb.
Yeah.
And so you'll go into these like melodramatic scenes that are supposed to be really serious, and he pulls out this thing. Everyone at home can look it up.
I can
themselves.
put in the video, or I can put in the picture.
Yeah, I will. I'm pulling up the picture right now on my phone to show Dylan.
Oh man.
What's wrong?
That's really weird looking.
Yeah, it's
That's why I need you. Because I was hoping
it's
you might have
super
a
dumb.
solution
And like
to
the next one you get is this. It's a series staple called Oblivion. It looks so much cooler.
Yeah. Before we fight these Heartless, that's all the time we got for this one. So we will see you guys in the next one. And we're gonna kill some people. Bye everybody.